Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving headfirst into a massive paradigm shift in tech. We're going to unpack the source material on semantic memory and see exactly how vector databases have, honestly, completely rewired modern AI infrastructure. If you've ever found yourself wondering how on earth AI actually remembers and understands complex concepts, well, you're in the right place. Let's get into it.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off by looking at the limits of traditional exact match databases. Then we'll explore the actual math behind how machines process meaning and how we build AI semantic memory. After that, we'll peel back the layers on some hidden operational challenges for enterprises. And finally, look at the bedrock of the AI native economy.
All right, Section 1, Beyond Exact Match Databases. Or, to put it another way, why keyword search finally hit a wall.
You know, for decades, traditional databases were heavily optimized for structured query. And hey, SQL works brilliantly when your data structure is perfectly defined, right? Think customer tables, financial records, transaction logs. You search for a specific product code, boom, you get an exact match in neat little rows and columns. But modern AI systems introduced a completely different beast of a problem. Machines today don't just need exact words. They need to retrieve semantic meaning, conceptually related information, and contextual memory. Because the simple, undeniable truth is that human language just doesn't behave like a structured table.
Let's make this concrete. Imagine someone at a massive enterprise searches for, how do we reduce cloud infrastructure costs? A traditional keyword system is just going to hunt for those exact words. But the true, helpful, semantic answers, they look entirely different. We're talking about concepts like GPU optimization, Kubernetes autoscaling, storage tiering, or spot instances. Notice something? Those conceptual answers might completely lack the original search keywords. Keyword search absolutely falls apart when it comes to conceptual similarity. And honestly, realizing that is what forced the entire tech industry to completely rethink how we retrieve data.
Which brings us to Section 2, the math of meaning, how we convert concepts into coordinates.
So it's a huge, pivotal question, right? How do machines actually retrieve meaning? Because we're no longer just hunting down an exact string of text, we're hunting down ideas. And solving this required a bit of a mathematical magic trick, one that now forms the absolute core of modern AI infrastructure.
Enter embeddings. These things are literally revolutionary. They take text, images, audio, whatever it is, and convert them into numerical vector representations. Basically, they mathematically encode semantic meaning. And here is where it gets so fascinating. In this high-dimensional vector space, semantically similar concepts actually end up clustering close together. Even if the exact words are totally different, it's like mapping out ideas in space. This is, without a doubt, one of the deepest, most profound ideas behind modern AI retrieval systems.
Just let this quote from the source material sink in for a second. Human language does not behave like structured tables. Meaning is all about context. It's semantic. Picture millions of enterprise documents, like policies, technical docs, support tickets, sprawling contracts. We literally can't rely on exact text matching to sift through all of that anymore. We desperately needed an entirely new infrastructure to handle it. Moving on to Section 3, Building AI Semantic Memory. Let's talk about scaling this meaning for the enterprise.
Now, if you follow the AI space at all, you've probably heard the acronym RAG, or Retrieval-Augmented Generation. This workflow completely upended enterprise AI architecture, because instead of trying to force large language models to memorize all of an enterprise's knowledge, which, by the way, is practically impossible and insanely expensive, systems use RAG. Step 1, you split your information into semantic chunks. Step 2, you convert those chunks into those vector embeddings we just talked about. And step 3, you dynamically retrieve the relevant context right during inference. So your AI assistant pulls relevant documentation, past incidents, procedures, all on the fly, and then reasons using that freshly retrieved context.
But what actually makes all that dynamic retrieval possible? Vector databases. They're specifically built and optimized for this exact kind of semantic retrieval at a massive scale. Instead of indexing your traditional rows and columns, they index these high-dimensional vector embeddings. They act as the literal foundational semantic memory substrate for enterprise AI assistants. It's a fundamental change to how retrieval works, right from the ground up.
Wait, though, there's a catch. Modern embeddings can have hundreds, sometimes thousands of dimensions. So trying to search through billions of vectors to find those close clusters is a massive computational headache. That's exactly where approximate nearest neighbor, or ANN, comes to the rescue.
Since doing an exact similarity search across those massive vector spaces is just way too computationally expensive, vector databases use ANN indexing techniques. It's essentially a brilliant math trick that dramatically speeds up retrieval, making it actually viable to search billions of high-dimensional vectors in real time.
All right, Section 4, Hidden Enterprise AI Challenges. Time for a reality check on the operational side.
Because, look, while semantic memory sounds like pure magic, the operational reality of it involves some hardcore, highly complex engineering. Let's start with chunking and metadata hurdles. Remember step 1 of RAG, splitting documents into chunks? You can't just store documents as giant clunky blocks. If you split them poorly, you're feeding the AI poor reasoning context. Plus, semantic similarity alone just doesn't cut it a lot of the time. What if a user specifically wants recent financial reports from Europe? Sure, meaning matters, but so do metadata filters like freshness, document type, or security permissions. Without metadata, semantic retrieval is just operationally unreliable. So modern systems actually have to combine vector search with structured filtering at the exact same time, creating these complex hybrid retrieval systems.
And oh man, then we run into the massive headache of embedding drift. See, embedding models are not static, they evolve. So when a new model generates completely different vector representations for the exact same text, well, suddenly all your old coordinates are completely out of date. This creates massive system-wide reindexing challenges. It practically forces large enterprises to manage continuous embedding lifecycle operations just to keep their AI systems from breaking down entirely.
When you look at the infrastructure friction, the issues really start to compound. First, there's latency. AI systems demand real-time semantic retrieval, which puts immense pressure on your architecture. Next up, observability. Debugging this stuff is a nightmare. Like, did a retrieval fail because the embeddings drifted, or was the chunking just bad? Did a metadata filter accidentally exclude the right results? It's really tough to see. And finally, security. We are now facing completely novel attack surfaces, things like embedding poisoning, injecting malicious retrieval context, and unauthorized memory access. Vector infrastructure now heavily overlaps with AI security architecture.
Let's zoom out for our final section, Section 5, the AI native economy, the future of machine intelligence.
To really grasp just how profound this transformation is, let's look at the evolution of data storage. We started out with traditional databases, heavily optimized around structured operational storage. Then, we moved into the era of search engines, which were all about keyword retrieval. Today, we are fully in the era of vector databases optimized specifically for machine-understandable meaning. This isn't just some small, iterative software update, it is an entirely new paradigm for how we store and understand data.
And here is the crucial takeaway. Vectors are going way beyond just text. We're stepping into fully multimodal AI ecosystems. We're talking vectors that represent images, audio, video, sensor telemetry, code, even complex operational workflows. AI agents are increasingly depending on this persistent contextual retrieval just to coordinate with each other continuously. Without it, they completely lose their semantic continuity. This vector infrastructure is quite literally powering the entire multimodal AI ecosystem.
This points us toward a totally fascinating shift. The enterprises of the future, they aren't just going to dump files into some dusty document repository. They're going to organize knowledge through semantic graphs and vectorized operational memory. It fundamentally rewires enterprise information architecture. The AI native economy of the future is going to operate through this continuous semantic coordination between AI agents, operational memory systems, and distributed intelligence infrastructure.
I love how the source material puts this. It powerfully states, vector databases are not simply new database products. They're really not. They represent a fundamentally new infrastructure layer that enables machines to retrieve, coordinate, and reason over semantic meaning at an unprecedented, massive scale. They are the true memory substrate of the AI native era.
So, look, the next time somebody tries to tell you that vector databases are just fancy search engines, remember this explainer. Modern machine intelligence fundamentally requires efficient contextual retrieval. And without semantic infrastructure, enterprise AI systems quickly, and I mean quickly, become contextually blind. So I'll leave you with this. Are you ready for your digital infrastructure to start actually understanding the meaning behind your data, or are your systems going to be left completely in the dark? Thanks so much for learning with me today, and keep exploring.